Hey guys, the Super Review Show for another movie review. This is my review of E.T. the Extraterrestrial from 1982. Now you're probably saying stuff, I've heard of this movie, I've seen it a million times, one of the most beloved sci-fi films ever. Yes, absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, this is a movie about a little boy who has a rough home life. His parents are divorced. The older brother, the younger sister, and Elliot live with their mother at home. And the father moved away, whatever. And because the parents are divorced. And so it starts off like, all right, whatever. But the opening of the film is about, E.T. being left behind on Earth, and his aliens go back, his alien friends go back home to their planet. So, long story short, E.T. finds Elliot, and Elliot finds E.T. They make a connection. And honestly, basically, E.T. and Elliot form a connection. E.T. eventually phones home by using regular homemade. It's pretty clever how he does it. And all he does is eventually Elliot helps E.T. get back home with the government, gets involved again. You're not sure what's going on. Like the aliens or the FBI agents are there. They're like, what's going on here? And all this stuff. It takes place during Halloween as well. Just saying, because it's October now. So, but yeah. So this is a movie, and eventually E.T. does go home. So this is a movie that I recently saw in theaters for its 40th anniversary. Back, I think it was September, in mid to early September, if I'm not mistaken. It was back in theaters. I told my sister, I said, hey, do you want to go see E.T. back in theaters? She's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Got to the house. That night, I went to go see it, and I got to tell you, seeing it back on the big screen, you forget how the little elements of stuff like this, like the sound, like the visual perspective, is different back on screen. But seeing this movie back in theaters was a delight. I loved every second of it. I was very happy with all of the way the movie was back on screen. The scene with him Elliot and E.T. on the bike in front of the moon. Classic moment in cinematic history. Thank you, Steven Spielberg. And seeing that back on the big screen was I was crying a little bit. I was like, it's E.T. on the big screen. He's going. I was legit crying. Because it was a different experience back in theaters. But long story short, this year does mark the 40th anniversary of this movie. And it truly has stood the test time of one of those classic Spielberg films, just in general. It's in his catalog of it's just his best work in general. Some people, not everyone, some people might bash it for it's too the certain element of the divorced mom and dad doesn't work. Or whatever reason they have to bash it, I understand your point of view. If you go on IMDb and you look at the reviews, people are like, I gave it a 2 out of 10. It was so stupid. All film is subjective. All art is subjective, and all music is subjective. I always say that. But you got to admit, though, E.T. is a pretty fun movie. It's a fun movie with the bikes and stuff towards the end of the film. There's just so many cool elements. And John Williams' score is incredible. When I saw it back on the big screen recently, I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize how incredible this score is on a movie screen with surround sound playing. It was just a different experience, and I really liked that, honestly. I really liked seeing E.T. back in theaters compared to just going on Peacock or whatever, streaming it, whatever, or whatever service it's on, I'm not sure. But yeah, bottom line, I saw E.T. recently, and I've been painfully working my butt off at my job. And I have not had time to do this review until now, but now I am. And I'm really glad that I was able to see E.T. back in theaters. Follow us on our social media accounts, because I did a little quick review of it on our Instagram feed. And I was like, wow, that's just a different experience in theaters. I can't get over that, truthfully. So anyways, I digress. What do you think? Have you seen E.T.? Jump down in the comment section below. Share your love of this 40th anniversary of this film in the comment section below as well. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell, and follow us on our social media platforms. But for all of your movie reviews, keep it locked on the Super Review Show. The J-Man is off to rock, and E.T. will phone home.